Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check. Hello. Hello. Testing 1, 2.
Because of the Goodfellows activity through the Sioux City Journal. That's great. I noticed a little bit earlier, I looked out in the crowd, and that's why I'm looking out, and I saw somebody from Dakota City, Annie, right? And, oh, Jackson, Nebraska, represented here today by Leonard Gill, right? I think, well, first of all, I'm just happy to be recognized. Somebody just told me you look just like your dad. Now, my dad worked at the stockyards, but Judy, my wife, and I, maybe he was thinking that I'm Dave Jr. Hey, Bruce! Big round of applause for the star of the show, Bruce Brock. All right. I'm really happy that you're here to hear Bruce. It's going to be a wonderful event. We're counting down the minutes for the live broadcast. We'll be on now. And Bruce is checking out the people on the second floor. Because he has a reputation for sorting out those bids from the second floor. And that's why he's walking around like this all the time. To see who's up there. See who's come in. I told Molly Montag in the Journal yesterday, Bob DeLoss, Rapid Robert is here from KMNS back in that period of time. Good to see you, Bob. But it was a few years ago when one of those breathtaking moments was when Fred Wells stopped what he was doing. He was listening to the show and he drove here in the middle of the auction and had the high bid on the dog. And those things happen. We don't make those up. So that's what makes it very exciting. We'll wait for the cue and we'll get the show started in just a moment. For Goodfellows and the Tail Waggers and all those people that make this possible. You betcha. We'd scare them away. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, live from downtown Sioux City on KLCJ Radio, not only in Sioux City, but across the world on the internet. Welcome to the 78th annual Ancient and Effervescent Order of Little Yellow Dogs, Little Yellow Dog Auction with a live studio audience. My name is Dave Nixon, and we're proud to be here in the Ho-Chunk Center in downtown Sioux City. The Little Yellow Dog you may have read about in the Sioux City Journal is here live and in person, and someone is going to take Snickers home with them today. There are a lot of people that I look out into the audience and I see them here, they've been here every year. And a person who may hold the world record for that is someone who has been here consistently, and he is 94 years old. Our senior attendant is Burdette Weaver from Mobile. Burdette, please stand. Turned 94 years old. 95! Oh, I thought maybe you'd feel good if I made you 1 year younger. But that's the spirit of Little Yellow Dog, and we've had some people come in today with donations that we'll announce in a moment. And by the way, the star of the show, besides Snickers, is the voice of the auctioneer. I'm going to honor Don Stone's memory, who used to call our auctioneer the Sinatra of the Silos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the 21st century Sinatra of the Silos, Bruce Rock. Bruce, take it away.
Thank you, Dave.
We're looking forward to that, and we'll do that in just a couple of moments to get the auction started. It's a 1-hour program, and by the end of that hour, we'll have a new owner of the best charity dog in the world, Snickers. But right now, it's my honor to introduce Chris McGowan. Chris, please come to the stage. Chris is the president of the Siouxland Chamber of Commerce. There's a lot of good things happening in Siouxland. I don't know how many of you know that of the Goodfellows organization, there are about 150 people all around Siouxland, including yours truly, that are honored to be members. And the Siouxland activities are those things that happen in our lives that make us feel good about the future. And that's why we're asking Chris to step forward, the president of the Siouxland Chamber of Commerce. Chris?
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave, and happy holidays. As Dave said, my name is Chris McGowan, and I have the pleasure and privilege of serving as the president of the Siouxland Chamber of Commerce. And ladies and gentlemen, this morning, or I guess it's now afternoon, it is my pleasure to introduce a very special guest, someone to whom we owe a debt of gratitude for allowing this event to once again take place in this ideal Sioux City location. A little over 1 year ago, the president and CEO of Ho-Chunk Incorporated, Lance Morgan, and his company acquired this iconic building, best known for its distinguished glass exterior. While this facility has been home to the annual Little Yellow Dog auction for a considerable number of years, there is certainly no guarantee that new ownership would continue to allow us to host this signature community event at this location indefinitely. So upon inquiring about the possibility of continuing to use the Ho-Chunk Center's atrium, the members of the Little Yellow Dog Auction Board of Directors held their collective breath and waited for Lance's decision. Fortunately, Mr. Morgan, without hesitation, permitted the ancient and effervescent order of the Little Yellow Dog to continue to use the Ho-Chunk Center during the 99th annual fundraising campaign and our 78th annual installment of the Little Yellow Dog Auction. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in expressing our thanks and our appreciation to the man who made our continued use of this facility possible, the President and CEO of Ho-Chunk Incorporated, Mr. Lance Morgan.
I've never been to the Little Yellow Dog before, and I had no idea it was going to be this many people here. And it's very impressive. And I walked in hearing the music. They really really gets you in the spirit. I think the spirit of giving is what they have in mind. We've been a company here for 20 years. I got my 19th year certificate the other day, which makes me feel older. But we've always kept a low profile. But then if you want to build a casino, you start sticking your name on buildings and things like that. So that's what we did. And when they asked about whether or not they could use the building again, I didn't put a lot of thought to it. Of course I said. One of the things we were going to do was remodel this place about a month ago, and our staff here said if you do that, you're going to mess up the little yellow dog and the Christmas tree thing, and a lot of people are going to be mad. And so we've waited maybe a week or two from now, I think we'll get going. But we wanted to make sure we didn't disrupt the event here. And one thing I'd like to tell you, and then I'll get back to the auction, is that Ho-Chunk in our language means people, right? So this is now the People Center. And anything that people want to do here for the good of the community, we are, of course, in favor of it. And I want to thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a million. The Ho-Chunk People Center. That's what we'll call it. And I mentioned a little bit earlier, they are also providing the complimentary hot chocolate and coffee on the upper level at the Sweetwater, which is coming soon, Sweetwater Cafe and Bakery. And now we need to hear the first call for the auction. But before we do, you have to look at this dog you're going to be bidding on. And to do that, we're going to invite Caitlin to come up, to bring the dog up, tell us about little Snickers, who's been winning the hearts of everybody that's here today. And you remember some time ago, Kathy Salmons used to stop by. She was the keeper of the dog at that time. Well, Caitlin has been keeping Snickers for the Family Pet Hospital. Our thanks to Dr. Roach in the background somewhere. Dr. Roach, you'll know him. He's been the best dog selector for the little yellow dog. He is here today, and because of him, and I won't tell you more about but it was a California breeder of this special dog, which makes Snickers very special. But it takes a good family to teach Snickers how to behave. Right, Caitlin? Caitlin, if you could come over here and get up close to the microphone, tell us a little bit about Snickers.
Oh my goodness, Snickers is such a good boy. Super smart. Taught him to sit, taught him to lay down, teaching him to army crawl a little bit.
Army crawl?
Yeah. So he's pretty much potty trained. Great personality. Loves other dogs. Just a great, great boy.
Does he sleep with anyone yet?
He sleeps in a kennel at night, but when we get him up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, he comes and he lays in bed with us. So, yeah.
How many dog owners in the crowd have dogs that sleep on their bed? Oh, that's a good sign, Caitlin. You know what that is? They may be bidding. You bet. Well, thank you very much. I know it's going to be tough when somebody has the winning bid and takes Snickers with them.
I know it's going to be tough, but
he is something else.
He'll be a good dog for someone.
Thanks, Caitlin. All right. Thanks also to Dr. Michelle Bader. Is Dr. Michelle? Dr. Michelle, would you raise your hand, please? She's the veterinarian at the Family Pet Hospital. Thanks to all of you. Okay, now we're going to introduce again, as Don Stone used to say, he's the Sinatra of the silos, Bruce Brock, who's going to auction Snickers.
Thank you, Dave. Always a pleasure to share the stage with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a second to thank all of you again for coming out. And Lance, you're allowing us to do this, and Ho-Chunk meaning people, nothing could exemplify what the little yellow dog stands for more than people. And most of you folks have been here for years and years and given and given and given. And I know that I had the pleasure of talking to some adults who were kids who were recipients. And sometimes we don't have any idea how their lives are touched by your generosity. But let me tell you, it has a lasting effect that in these times we need more of. And thank you, and God bless all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Pat Robeson down here. He is going to be taking some bids. And Kent, are you going to take some bids today? No, Ken Hansen is retired. By the way, there's Stu Huff. He is going to take some bids. Pat Keel is down there shaking hands, kissing babies, and not running for any office, as far as I know. And Dr. Roach is kind of like the Michael Jordan of the Little Yellow Dog. We retired his jersey a few years ago, and then we found out we just couldn't get along without him, so it's nice to have you back on the team, Doc. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. The auction for the 2013 Little Yellow Dog Snickers is underway, and we have an opening bid from last year's buyers, Marilyn, and there it is, right there. And God, I had a brain fart. Greg Lucan, and I know him as good as I know him, my own kids. But they and Rhonda, and there was some others that were generous enough to donate the dog last year, and they opened the bid at $500 and $1,000. Well, you just keep bidding. We'll just see where you end up. At $5,000, and now here down to $1,500, and now $1,500, $1,500, $1,500, now minimum $1,500 on it. Now $505 here, $500 here, $1,500. Thank you, sir. And now $1,750. Now $1,700, $1,500, $1,750. Here, now $1,700 and a half. Here's $1,750. No half here, no half here. Now give me $1,750 on it. And now $1,500. And now $1,750. Look at it, $1,500 here. Now $2,000. Oh, now $2,000. Now don't be asking her at $2,000. When we get to $20,000, then ask her. $2,000. Now $2,250. $2,000. Oh, I think somebody's getting some help over here. $2,100. At $2,100. Here now I'm gonna give you $100 and one, I give you $2,000. $2,100 here one. Here now $192,000 here and one. $100 on it. At $2,100 here and one. And now 22. At $2,100 two. Now $200, $200, $200. Now $2,100 at $2,200. At $2,100 here now $200 here. $102. At $2,200. You need to do now two. Now I'm gonna give you $100 at $2,100. Mr. Weaver, before I forget, congratulations on your 95th birthday. Are you married right now? You are. Darn it, that's too bad. We have another friend that's missing today that I wanted to say hi to. And you may remember Edna Kunkel, who was always here. She was planning, I talked to her son and his girlfriend last night. They were planning on being here this morning. And they called this morning and said that while Edna was making her bed this morning, she broke her leg. And she just turned 98 years old, and she has always been here every year. So we want to, let's just say Merry Christmas to Edna from all of us out here. And a speedy recovery. Thank you. $2,100, $2,200. I was going to try to line you up there, Mr. Weaver, but sorry. No, I'm glad you're married. How long have you been married? A long time, he said. Me too. 21, 2,200. Now 23. Now $300, $322 here. Now 3. Oh, not good about $30. Mimi. Watch that guy. 22, 2,300. Here, now 300, 300, now $2,200. Here, you get 3. Now $300, here, 200 here, now 3. Oh, now number 3, now $300, you get 303. And now 4. Here, now 2,300, 400, 400, $300. Here, get 4 here, now $400, you get 2,300. And about 2,400. Here, now 404. Thank you, sir. And now 2,500. And now $2,500. $500, 5 here. Now, hello there, my friend. I haven't seen you since we had supper together the other night, Lou. 24, 2,500, and now 405. Do you think Paul Bronner would lead you straight? Lou? 24, 2,500, now 405, 500, 500, 2,500, 25, now 2,600. You know what, let's do? I don't know, I think we've introduced the band, but we've got the greatest band every year that comes here. Let's just halt the bidding for just a minute and listen to a couple of wonderful Christmas songs. Thank you from Sioux.
While they're getting ready, we should mention, Bruce, they just brought me a check, $250 from the Siouxland All-America Band.
Well, thank you. And I hate to print this to you, Dave, but that's not to you. It says to the Little Yellow Dog.
I was impressed that in addition to having a good band, they've got a checking account.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
Goodfellow auction. And while we were talking, Bert and Jenny Weaver came up with a $100 contribution. Rick Weldy, Weldy Construction, $100. And Mike Pottavon stopped by with $60. And Midlands Clinic, PC. Doctors Rob Anderson and Bill Rizzick, Little Yellow Dog Auction Club members, they donated $1,000. Let's have a nice round of applause for them. And we'll get back to Bruce. By the way, this is our dog Snickers. I hope those of you at home, if you're listening on, and by the way, listening on the internet, we know that there's somebody in Memphis, Tennessee listening. I know you're listening to the audio, but we can tell you, can't we, that this is a dog that you would want to have at your house. We can make those arrangements. So now, let's get back to the bidding, and Bruce Brown.
All right. Thank you, Dave. All right, Snickers, you are a charmer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as the checks keep pouring in, we're going to keep the auction moving. All right, there you go. I can run up here for ski. Now we're going to get there, we're going to money on it. Look at it at 25, now 2,600. And now $500, we're going to 1,600, 2,600, and now 2,700. And now 600, 700, 700, 107, and now 8. Now we're 808, now we're 2,800. And now 800, thank you, sir. Now 9, $2,900, $909. Hello, buddy, come up here, pal. I don't think that guy's trying to bid, but he's sure waving his hand. Good morning, buddy. Everybody can take a lesson from this guy. $2,900, and now $3,000, and now 1,000, and now 31. And now, just so you know, this is my wife's, and our daughter and son-in-law. This is our one and only grandchild, and this is Barrett Cargan. And I think he might be an auctioneer someday because he loves to be out for the truck. What do you think, Bill? Yeah. 3,000, 31. And now 3,102. Here you want to pay number 1, that's 2, now 3. And now 3,200, 300, 390, $3,200. And about $3,300 here, now 3. And now 33, 4. And now 3,405. Now 505, now 600. And now $3,500 here, now $3,600, $500, $600. We haven't forgot about this side. Now 7. And now 36, 7. And now 771, 8. Now 3,800. And now 800. Now 800. Now 9. Now 9. Now 800. And now 9. To 3,800. 3,900. And now $4,000. Now number 441. It's $4,000. And then number 1. And now 2. You know, and ladies and gentlemen, up front on top, we haven't forgot about you. We're going to be up there just the next round and visit and ask for some donations and let you say hi to Snickers. So get ready for that. We'll be up there in just a few minutes. Get $4,100, $4,200, $4,300, and now $4,300. Look at it now 3. Now $300, $4,200, $300 there. Now 3. $300, $4,200, and $4,300 there. Now get it on there. You know, $4,200, $4,300 there. Now 3. Now 42, $4,300, and now $200, $300. You're looking pretty relaxed there. $4,200, $4,300, $43, $44, now $340, $4,300, $4,400 on it, at $43, $4,400, here, now $400, $404, now 5. We're going to get down close and personal. 40. Are you two together? Oh, good. You're alone? Well, who of the male gender's alone? I've got a pretty girl here. 44, 45. And now $4,500, $500. I've got the young lady right ahead of you, sir. Would you like to be $4,500? 45, 4,600. And I'm going to go to look at this young gal. What happened to your tooth? It didn't come in? What are we going to do? You're just going to have to eat half of your sweet corn. 4,607. Now 4,700, 7,600, 7,057, $4,700, 7,607. Now 4,700, 6 is here. $4,700, and now 700, 700. That's the quietest I've ever seen Ed, is when I got close to him. $4,700. Yes. 5,000. Well, what the heck do you need me for? Took the wind right out of my sails. 5,000. I don't even know what comes next, Dave. Let's hold a break at $5,000 and listen to the Siouxland All-American Band one more time, shall we?
And before we do that, Bruce, it's just amazing the number of checks. Look at these checks that were just handed to me. And I should acknowledge these donors by the name of the Crims, who donated a check for $25. Another check brought to us for Randall and Jan Miller for $100. Sylvia Stinger for a check of $25. Thank you, Tibby. That's my sister, so I can make nicknames up like that. Mr. Goodfellow donation from Robert Henderson of $150. And here's, thank you, Pat. Here's another one for $100 from J. Smith Enterprises. And I was looking for another note that told us that Guarantee Oil, Jim and Judy, behalf of the Sioux City New Car Dealers, gave a $500 donation. Mills Shellhammer Pitts Insurance, $250. Mark Trucks Trailer Sales, memory of Wally Marks, past buyers of the dog. Condon Auto Sales and Service, $500. They sponsor the broadcast live on KSCJ Radio. Alts Manufacturing, $500. And Plains Boiler, $130. While you're listening to these donations, reminding you in the big picture is that I think the Sioux City Journal reported as much as $80,000 has been raised so far. So these contributions and then the dogs' proceeds will all go to the fund, which this could make this fund exceed $100,000 before the day's over. And yes, a big round of applause for all of those donors. And here's another one. The Waite Family Foundation, in memory of Norm Waite Sr., $5,000. Whoa! So we've got to have a little moment to think about all of that, and let's ask Chuck Dibley and the All-American Siouxland Band to perform another number for us while we conjure up all the excitement that's going to happen here in just a minute before the program's over when somebody has the winning bid on Snickers, the little yellow dog. Sue from the Sioux City Journal brought in just a sample. This is a sample of the type of letters that they're getting in the Sioux City Journal. This first one that I have talked about a letter that talked about the Goodfellow organization. And by the way, these are written in from people who have either benefited from the children's gifts at Christmas or are contributing to it. This person says, especially now with all the economic issues, it's important to one-parent families. This person writes and says, you know, firsthand as a child I received, A Goodfellow bag every Christmas. And still remember, she's 79 years old. This is really difficult to think about this, because this is written by the 79-year-old Barbara Small, who tells us about this gift and what it meant for her as a child. What a story.
What a story, and the annals of history are full of them, and hopefully the future with your help will be as well. And here's another one, Dave, from a 7, this says, I'm not asking, I'm giving. My little girl was 17 years old, severe and profound mentally retarded and physically handicapped. I had a baby for 17 years. You always gave her, your gifts always gave her and made her smile. God bless you, you care. All your cares and concerns to reach your goal, to the Lord who hears your prayers. Signed, Phyllis, the mother of Amy, who passed away a few years ago. And she sent $24. So ladies and gentlemen, the $5,000 and the $1,000 and the $500s are wonderful gifts. But as you can see, $24 means the whole world. And God bless all of you. All right, we're coming upstairs, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got 5,000, where's Snickers? Where's Snickers? I told you to wait for me. You're related to my wife. Where is she? Yeah. Way up there. Meet me at the top of the stairs, will you? She is related to my wife. She kind of looks like her. All right. We're going to come. Hi, Margie Meyer. How are you, kid? All right. We can introduce you to Snickers. I think you've already got, some of you have already been introduced. But as we come around, if you feel so inclined to drop something in my hat, it's got to be paper, though. Well, look at these two girls. Have Merry Christmas. Here comes Snickers. Hi there, sweetie. All right, we get $5,000. Adam, I'm not giving you hi, Curtis. How are you? $5,000 in you down, Rich. I can't shake your hand. I got my hat in there. I got my hat in my hand. Hello, Bear. 5,000, 5,100. Okay, kiddo, just hang with me. All right. Thank you very much. $5,000 in you out of about 5,100. Here, now 100. Oh, Larry. Hey, that 5,100 and one down to 100 and 100 and down. Give me one. 5,100 from Adam Carl, Sturgis, South Dakota. He owns a big bar there, and he's an auctioneer with me, but makes a lot of money during August. No. Thank you, Adam. 5,100, 5,200. Thank you very much. Thanks, young man. Merry Christmas. $5,100, $5,101 on, I'll give you $101 out of the 5,000. Now $5,100. Here, $101 there, that one, another one, now $101, now $101. God bless you. Thank you. $5,100. Hey, 5,000, number one, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. $5,100 here, that one. Here, whoa, thank you. You must get a big allowance. $5,100 here, thank you. Very 100, $5,100, $5,100, $5,000. $5,100. Here, $101, now $5,000. $5,100, $5,100, $51,200. And now $100, $200, I forgot, didn't I, Adam? Here, now $100, $200, $5,100. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. $5,100, $5,200. Now $200. Holy cow, look at that rabbit. Snickers, when you grow up, you should chase that coat. $5,100, $5,200. How much down here? Give me $100, $200, $5,100. Thank you. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Well, thanks, kiddo. I like your Mickey Mouse shirt. $5,200, $5,300. Thanks, girls. You're very generous. Merry Christmas. I'll tell Santa Claus you're good girls you are. This hat is getting kind of heavy, so when I get over to the other side over there, you guys get ready. Jeff, we're going to drop some of this off. I can't carry it all. $5,102. How are you? $5,102. Merry Christmas. $5,200. Thank you, down here, down $200. $200. Good morning and Merry Christmas. $5,200. $300, $5,300. $203. I'm watching down below too. If you want to raise your hand, $5,300. $3, $4. Thank you, Doc. Now $5,304. Now $304. I don't think Snickers is going to beat you. You keep scratching your ears like that. $5,300. Hi guys. Thank you very much. $5,300. And now $300 up. Merry Christmas. And well, thanks, sweetie. Don't drop your pacifier in here. She said, Dad, I'm not going to keep that. Thank you. And I'll give you $5,300. What do you think of that puppy? Yeah, I'd love to take her home. $5,300. And now $300. Hello, kids. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. I like your earrings. They're beautiful. $5,300. I need $200 in the morning. Merry Christmas. $5,300. Thank you. $5,500. Holy cow. And a donation to boot. Thank you very much. $5,600. And now $5,600. What's the time? Are you ready, guys? I can't hold it much longer. $5,600. And now 7. There's a lot of it. 58. And now I gotta make sure there's no hundreds left in my hat. 5,800. Now 700. Thank you, sweetie. You're welcome. Thank you. You're so polite. Merry Christmas. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. 5,607. Thank you. Thanks, sir. You're a nice young man. Come say hi to Snickers. 5,700. $5,700. Now $808. Don't worry, girls. He'll want kissed when he grows up. $5,800. Snickers tried to give him a kiss. Well, Merry Christmas. $5,900. Thank you. And now $6,000. Huh? And you're saying $6,000. Well, I may not be able to go downstairs. $6,000. $6,100. And then $6,000. $6,100. Yeah, what? Oh, you want the puppy? You're not me. Okay. Hi, lady. All right. $1,600. $6,200. Here, $1,200. And $6,200. And then $1,200. Thank you, lady. $6,200. Merry Christmas. Thank you, man. $6,200. Thank you, man. Wow. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Say hi to Snickers. $6,200. Now $3,000. $6,200. Down here. $300. Thank you, man. Merry Christmas. Thank you. $6,300. Maybe for one bit, ma'am, it could be yours to kiss all winter long. $6,300, $200, $300, $6,200, now $3,000, and now $3,000. Thanks for helping, guys. And now $6,200. Are you ready for the ride down? And now $6,300, and now $200. $300, and then $203. Just some big Snickers. You stole the show and you wasted a lot of money, sweetie. $6,300, $200, $300, $6,300, $200, $6,300, and now $300, $300. You know what, Dave? As we make our way down, let's take a little break. Another nice round of applause for the wonderful Siouxland band.
Thank you, Bruce. And to describe this to the radio audience on KLCJ, the scene is a standing room only crowd here in the Ho-Chunk People's Center for the Little Yellow Dog Auction. And Bruce, which has always inspired people, has just completed his trip around the second floor of the building with his wireless mic and had hats full of money. And Bruce, look at this. You know, the dollar bills that came out of your hat rolling down to the floor, these are a second group of dollars, actually, real money. And this inspired somebody down here on the first floor to give $500 in cash. Scott Keel, Pat Keel's brother. Scott, thank you for the cash. We'll take that too, so we'll get to add that to your hat. And while you were making the turns up there on the second floor, $50 from the Gower Farm Partnership, Dan Bennett, Susan Bennett, $50 check. Also got a check from Dr. and Mrs. Rasmus of $100, and Dennis Bullock and Laura Bullock with a $100 cash contribution. Brad and Jennifer Clay, $100, and $50 from Tanya Rojas. Thanks to all of them. These are checks that we just received that we'll add to the grand total. And Malin Chartier, a check for $100, and Kelly Clausen and Roxanne Clausen for $50. And while we're collecting all of those, let's see if we can hear some more music. We've got about 20 minutes left in the radio show, and we need to hear the All-America Concert Band practice once more for their big concert tomorrow. It's free. It's in South Sioux City at the junior high school building. 2 o'clock tomorrow. The All-America Concert Band, and here's a preview of what you'll hear. This is the 78th annual event, the ancient and effervescent order of the Little Yellow Dogs, with a lot of history in Siouxland and a lot of history of generous giving that comes with the auction of the Little Yellow Dog. And the Little Yellow Dog, for those of you here in the Ho-Chunk Center, you'll see this portrait, this painting up here by the stage. Brenda Thielen is the official artist for the Little Yellow Dog. She has painted that for the person that gets the winning bid today of Snickers, and they'll have that at their home as well. All of this activity is going for the children of Siouxland. As many as 8,000 to 9,000 of them who would not have a Christmas present if it was not for this event. And our Sinatra of the Silos, Bruce Broad, is eager to get back to the stage. He's had a drink of water or coffee, and he's all ready to go for the next part of the show. Bruce,
Tanqueray comes later. Okay. Thank you, Dave, again. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a request, so I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. There's been a request from a couple of people down on the floor that I pass hat down here. Now, I don't want to leave you folks out either, so I'll walk around, but instead of going through the crowd, just pass through it, whatever you like, to the ends of the thing, and I'll make a little trail through there. I think we'll get the pup to come with us. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great evening, and or afternoon, and what a great event, David. So many people's lives affected, 8,000 or 9,000 kids. 16,900, 6,809, now 9,900, now 909, now 900, and now $7,000. Now 7 here, now 7, now here, 7, now 7 on 6,900, $7,000 on it. Now 7,000. Thank you, Lou. And now 71. Yeah, now 1, doc, 1, now 2. Now 71, 72. Now 3. And now, thank you, Paul Brunger, 72, 78, 300. Now 300, 200, now Pat. You're making those girls right beside you nervous there. $7,300. $300, now $7,400. And now 300, 400, now 5. And now 74, 5. And now, you know what, Rhonda? I've known Harlan for a lot of years. He'd bid $7,500 just to hold hands with the councilman like that, had no influence in the city. $7,500, now $600, now $7,500, what, $600, and now $76 and $77, now $7,700 at $7,708, now $7,800, now $800, $7,800, $9,900, $7,900, and now $800, here, down $900, $8,900 at $9, now $8,900, $79, and now $81. And now 81. At 81, now, you've been practicing all year. Stand up. $8,000. 81. Every time I see this young man in the mall or anywhere, he's showing me how he can auction. So this is your chance. We're going to get a little help here. We need 8,100, so I need you to ask for 8,100, please. 8,100. Gosh, that's like you show me. 8,100, go. Come on, let's sell it. Go. Yes. Now 82. 82. Come on, let's go for the record this year, folks. Now 3. How about that for my replacement? Thank you. We've been practicing all year. You did a great job. At $8,300. At $8,300. You can let this young girl that's looking for that. Oh man. Did you get my voicemail? You did. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the newest city councilmen, and a great guy, and a little yellow dog guy, Dan Moore, stand up. You know, that's what they always do with politicians. I introduced him. I called Dan when I saw that he won the election, and I said, Dan, this is Bruce Moore. I want to congratulate you on that. I want to know if we have to have Secret Service at the little yellow dog auction this year. And you're in Secret Service. Well, shit, if I'd have known that, I'd have run for office. 30 years of tail wagging. Well, congratulations, Dan, and thanks. All right, here you go, 8,100 up to 3. 80, 200, 300, 8,200, 8,300, $8,300 a year, now 3. At 83, and now 4. And now 3, you're hired in. Now 400, 400, 4, now 40, $8,300, give me $8,400 on it. Get forward, now 4. Look at on here, now 400, 8,300, now $8,400 a year, now 4. 400, 400, 4, and now 8,400, and now 300, 400, $8,300, $8,400, get 300, 400, 300, 400, $8,400, and now $400, and now 4, defeat 4, Robert, now 5, at 84, 8,500, now 500, 500, $8,400, 5, at 5, $8,400, 85, 8,600, $8,500, $601, $8,500, $8,600 on it, at 8,500, 86, 8,700, and now 601, 7, and now 8,800, and now 8,800, now 8,800, 87, 88, 88, 89, 8,900, and now 9,000, young lady, and $9,000, 8,900, and 8,900, and $9,000, you didn't spend all your money on braces, did you? This could be the battle of the braces here, it looks to me like. 9,000, 9,100, and I'm not there. I want that one. 91 here, but 91 here, but 9100, and 91 here, 100, 9100 here, that one here, that one. I'm sorry, sir. 9,000, 9,100. You know what? I think they're tired of listening to me, Dave. I think we should have another round of applause for the band, and let's have another song as well.
Well, let's have a round of applause for Bruce Brock. Great job. You're above 9,000. Congratulations, Bruce. And while you were working back there in the audience, a lady from the front row of the audience gave us a $20 bill, cash money. We have a $20 check from Bruce Hiller and Julie Hiller. And Larry Findley gave his seat up in the band. He's back there in the back row of trombone players. This is the second check he brought us. The second check, Larry Findley brought another check for $100. Oh, this one's on his account. Chuck Dibley was worried. Because Larry is the accountant for the band, and he said, well, where'd he get that check? Thank you, Larry, and Constance Strom. We sincerely appreciate that. 3 other great donations. We're at a real nice level, $9,000. And while Bruce is catching his breath, let's listen to the All-American Concert Band once again as they prepare for their free concert tomorrow.
You did?
Yes, right over here.
Usually you see Freddy's on the dead run.
Well, I need to say that for the people in the audience, because we've had a lot of fun telling stories about the year that he's been a very charitable giver to the Little Yellow Dog. And one year, he came in here right in the middle of the auction, right upstairs, and had the winning bid of the dog. So thanks for all you've done. Thanks a million.
Thank you, Fred.
Oh, he just raised his hand.
He did.
Yeah.
And he put it right back in his pocket.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Brock is going to continue to bring in those nice new numbers.
All right. Thank you, Dave. All right, I'm going to come around with that. If you've got it or you'd like to drop in there, you've got 9,000, 9,100, and we only have about 10 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be off the air. So we're going to wrap it up here just quickly. 9,000, 9,100. Here now, thank you. 92. Here now, 122. Now 3. Now 92, 93, 104. Here now, 405. Now 500, 9,500. And 94 is here now. $500. 7,500. 595. Hello, Mayor. You're coming down excited. 9,500. Now 600 and 95 at about 600. Here now 696 and 9,700. And now 757, what's 707? Now $700, 9,000, $700, 97. And now 98, 9,800, 9,700, and 9,800, 9,800, 9,700, $9,800. Now 700 here, now $800, 9,700, $9,800. You want to give me something, buddy? 9,800, 9,708. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, pal. 9,700, 9,800, 9,800, and 9,899, 9,800, 9,900, 9,900, 9,900, 9,899, $9,999, and now $10,000. Here, now 10,000, and now 10,001. Thank you, ma'am. And 10,100. Here, now 1, now 2. 1, now 10,200, now 200, now get him a 1, now 1, now 2, now 10,200. Oh, now 1, now 2, now 10,200. Oh, now 10, 2. Oh, now 2, now 1 dollar there. Now 2 dollars, 100, 10,100, $10,200. And now 10, 2. And now 10, 3. And now 2, now 3. And look at on here, $200, 10, 3, and now 10, 2, now $10,300 there. Now 3. And now 3, 4. 10, 4. And now 5. And now 500, 500, 600. $10,500 there. Look at now 600, 600, $10,600, over $600, honey. You know what, Dave? We've only got about 5 or 6 minutes left. I've got some checks for you too. Also, that I gathered upstairs that I almost forgot about that you're going to want to read. Read those off. Maybe the Siouxland All-American Band would give us 1 or 2 more choruses, and we'll wrap up the 2013 Little Yellow Dog Auction.
While we're getting ready for them, a great big thank you. Here's a check, one of them that Bruce handed me. $5,000 from Leonard Gill. Thank you, Lynn. Here's another Little Yellow Dog check from Marshall for $100. Just handed to me. Rock auction, I don't know if Bruce mentioned it, but in addition to his time he's giving away, also from his checking account, $500 as a donation. Thank you, Bruce. And from Greg Lucan and Marilyn Lucan, $1,000. Greg has done so much for the Little Yellow Dog auctions, and he just keeps on giving. Before we conclude the program in just a few minutes, if we can hear just one more number, Chuck, is that possible before we close it out? There are some people in the audience that still want just a couple of moments to deliberate their bids, because there was still some active bidding going on when we took this break. Someone over here on this side of the Ho-Chunk Center just gave us a handful of cash. We'll add that up in just a couple of moments to make that. Right now we're in the final moments of the live radio program on KSCJ. Bruce Brock is on his way back up to the stage. There was some active bidding that was going on, and it's getting very exciting.
And I'm going to stay off the stage because now's when I have to do my thing and work the crowd a little bit. I'm coming around with my hat and also trying to get a little more action going. And we had 10,500, and now 10,750. Now 700, 10,750, now 5,750. Thank you, ma'am. Here, thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Got 10,500, now 750, now give me about 10,000, $10,750 on it. Thanks, buddy. That's a great code. 10,750, and now 11,000, and now 11. Thank you, guys. Thanks, kiddo. And now, God bless you. 10,750, now $11,000 on it. Yes. And now 11,250, 11,000 here, give me 2.5, 11,000 here, give me 50. Thank you. Now 11,500. 11,295, and now $11,750, and now $12,000. Here you go, here, $12,250. Thank you, Patty. Now 12,500, and 12,250, $505, here, $12,500. Oh, now 250 here, now 500,000, 12,500 again. Thanks, Keith. At $12,500 on it. Here, not 2 here, not 500, thank you very much. Now it's 5, and now 750. Patty, I got eyes in the back of my head. You just raise your hand. Thank you. And now 11,000. And now 11,000. Hello, big guy. 11,000. $10,500. 750. 510. 750. 12,000. And now $12,000. 12 here. $12,000. And now 12,250. And now 250. $12,000. $250 on it. Now 250. Now 12,500. And now $12,500. Thank you, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to my next door neighbors, Dan and Joyce Rudin. Maybe many of you remember Harold Rudin, who was my predecessor and did the auction here for 20-some years, and a great supporter for the Yellow Dog. It's nice to have you here. And now 12,000, what have I got? 12,750, and now 13,000, and now $13,000, $13,000, thank you, ma'am. Now $13,000, and now $13,000, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas. It's $13,000 on it. You know, thanks, Ed. Now 12,750, now 13,000 is all going to be $13,000 on it. On it, and only 13,000, only 12,750. Dan, I'd sure like you to at least put a buck in here. It's always nice to see our government money or money at work. Well, there's the whole billfold. 2 credit cards, and now 12,750, and now 13,000 somewhere. And I'm just kidding you, Dan. It's 13,000. Government money. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, your tax dollars at work. And now $13,000. Thank you, my friend. $13,000 over and out of the 5, now 750, now 13,000, now 12. I got an idea, Roby. I think we can get $13,000 if you can talk your crew into. Look at all that money. Thank you so much for your generosity.
We have some breaking money news.
Breaking money news.
Lance is the one who contributed this handful of cash. It counts up to $250.
Thank you, Lance.
And thanks to Shane or Sean Kaiser,
Shane.
a check for $2,500 from Jefferson, South Dakota.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, folks. This is a Siouxland event.
It certainly is. 12,750. Now 12,800. 12,750. Nobody can beat. 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 12,700. Here we get $12,800 on it. Now we can beat. Nobody can beat. Nobody can beat. 12,750. Now 12,800. Nobody can beat. 12,750. 12,800. Anyone else? 12,750. Nobody can beat. Nobody can beat. 12,800. 12,800. No wait. No wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to ask this kind lady, because, and I'm just going to help me out and help the kids out. I always have trouble remembering, because tomorrow people are going to say, what did that little yellow dog bring? And I won't remember 12,750. But I'm not going to ask anybody else to bid. I'm going to ask you, would you mind giving $13,000 for that dog? Think, how much? 15. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Little Yellow Dog has just been sold for $15,000. Patty Roy, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you throughout Siouxland, those that are here today, those that are listening, and those that haven't, thank you so much for your generosity. It means so much to so many. May God bless you, and may you all have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Patty and Derek Glory, congratulations. The winning bid of the Little Yellow Dog for the 78th Annual Ancient and Effervescent Order of the Little Yellow Dogs. Thanks to you, our audience on KSCJ Radio. Thanks to the Goodfellows, and thanks to all of you for making this such a Merry Christmas. Oh, and those of you here in the Ho-Chunk Center, these poinsettias are free. Take one home with you. Jerry Weiner contributes these poinsettias that have decorated the stage. Feel free to take one home with you and have a Merry Christmas.
the 2013 Yellow Dog auction. How do you feel?
Great.
Yeah.
A wonderful organization that my family has always contributed to. We were just thrilled to be a part of it today and pick up such a wonderful little dog.
And you told us earlier that you had come into the auction knowing that you were going to bid on the dog, and you really wanted the dog. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why that was the case?
Well, we just, I've always watched it, and like I said, our family has always supported it. I can remember back to my father supporting it every year with his checks, and I thought how wonderful it would be if we could actually go out and purchase the dog. And so I talked to my husband when he found out that I was really quite intent on purchasing it. Then we just set about that this was what we were going to accomplish. Very excited.
And you've had dogs in your family before, right?
We have. We just lost our little dog last year at 15 years old. So we plan on having Snickers be with us for a really long time.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about what Snickers' future looks like now. Do you have any other dogs at home or kids?
No, he is going to be spoiled. Spoiled. In fact, we'll have to go out and find a new Santa hat for him too, so he can fit right in at Christmas.
And are you going to keep the name? Or do you think
that I probably, but I'm not for sure.
Yeah. Any ideas?
No ideas yet.
Okay, great. And then finally, could you just tell us sort of what this event means for you? The Yellow Dog auction. You've had a little bit of experience with it in the past.
Well, it's very important that 100% of it goes back to the children. And it's just been a wonderful organization throughout the years where so many volunteers have given so much of their time to give back to the children of Sioux City. And that was what we were child-driven, that we love that part of it.
Okay, thank you very much, Patty. Best of luck to you. This is Sue
Stussy,
our controller at
the Sioux City Journal.
Sioux City Journal.
Yeah, I'm treasurer of Goodfellows.
And the treasurer of Goodfellows. Sue, tell us a little bit about how you felt the auction went today.
Well, it started a little bit slow, but then it picked up like it always does, and they came through once again. So hopefully we'll hit our goal. We're about 15 away, so we'll make it.
It seemed like Bruce Brock had a big part in that, and speeding things along.
He always does. Bruce does a great job. And he had an addition of his grandson this year, so that helped. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what this kind of event means for our community here in
Well,
Siouxland.
we give toys to over 8,000 children in Siouxland, so without this organization we wouldn't be able to buy the toys. We get some heartfelt letters from people. We had a lady that was 79 years old that received toys when she was a child. They gave back, and she's been giving back, and she talked about how much it meant to her to get a Goodfellow gift. If you didn't have anything at Christmas time, this provides that.
Yeah, and when will the toys start to be given?
We give out toys tomorrow and then next Saturday.
Okay. And are you calling on volunteers to help?
Oh, well, actually, we're pretty full with volunteers, so we've got volunteers. But if you'd like to find out more about the organization, just call me at the Journal. Okay?
All right, thanks.
All right.